Have you ever stopped to think about what a company's YouTube channel is really for? Well, today, we're putting on our detective hats. We're going to dive into one specific channel, Mediamark, and see if we can decode their entire business model using nothing but the digital breadcrumbs they've left behind.
Okay, so first clue in our investigation file, the sheer number of uploads. We're talking 213 videos. That's a lot. Right away, this tells us they're creating a ton of content. They're clearly committed to this platform, but who's watching?
And this is where it gets weird. You see that? Only 162 subscribers for over 200 videos. Now that ratio is just way off. This is our first major hint that something else is going on here. They're obviously not trying to become YouTube famous. So what are they doing? And that right there is the big mystery we're going to solve. How does a channel with so much content have so few followers? This isn't a mistake. It's a strategy, and we're about to piece it all together. So let's treat this channel like a digital crime scene. The videos themselves, they might be locked boxes, but the titles? The titles are the keys. We're going to comb through them, look for patterns, and figure out exactly what Mediamark is all about.
First things first in any investigation, you got to identify the key players. Who's in their circle? We're going to scan these video titles for any names that keep popping up again and again. Let's see who they're working with.
And boom, almost immediately, one name just jumps off the page. Jacaranda FM. It's everywhere you look. Campaign names, event finales, you name it. This isn't random. This is a huge clue. We found our first major partner.
And the trail doesn't go cold there. Look at this. A second name, East Coast Radio, shows up with the exact same pattern. And notice they're tied to massive brands like McDonald's and Hyundai. A clear picture is starting to form. Mediamark is some kind of hub.
So when you pull back and look at the whole list, it's not just one or two partners, it's a whole network. And what's the one thing they all have in common? They're radio stations. There it is. The first piece of the puzzle just clicked into place. Mediamark is definitely in the radio game.
All right, so we know who they're playing with. The next logical question is, what are they doing? What's the point of all these partnerships? It's time to follow the money, and the clues are right there in the campaign titles. And this is where it all starts to make sense. The titles connect the dots for us. They literally show the radio station partner, the brand client, and the campaign they ran together. Mediamark isn't just a partner, they're the matchmaker, connecting huge brands to specific radio audiences.
And then you find a gem like this. This title from a few years back basically gives away their secret sauce. Presenters are the ultimate influencers. Wow. So they're not just selling airtime for ads. No, they're leveraging the trust people have in their favorite radio hosts. That's a super smart play.
Okay, let's recap what we know so far. Our first working theory is this. Mediamark is an agency that cooks up ad campaigns for big brands. Then, they use their network of radio stations to get those campaigns out to the public. And those 213 YouTube videos? They're not for you and me. They're case studies. They're a portfolio to show new clients what they can do.
But wait, just when we think we've got it all figured out, the evidence throws us a curveball. If you look at the timeline of the videos, sorting them from oldest to newest, you see a story of change, a plot twist. Go back 3 years, and the video titles are all about one thing: classic radio. It's all about how powerful radio is, with titles like "Radio presenters use imagery so potent." It's pure old-school radio advertising.
But then, just 1 year later, the language totally shifts. All of a sudden, you see new words popping up. Podcast campaign, digital audio, tech. Whoa, they're not just a radio company anymore. They're evolving right in front of our eyes.
And this timeline lays it out perfectly. They started with a laser focus on traditional radio. But then they saw where the world was going and jumped headfirst into podcasts and digital streaming. Now they're playing in a much bigger sandbox, combining everything into one multi-platform strategy. So after piecing together all the clues we found on their public YouTube page, I think we're ready to close the case. We've got the who, the what, and the why. It's time to officially meet Mediamark.
Here it is, our final conclusion, built entirely from the clues they left behind. Mediamark is a multi-platform media solutions company. Their whole world is audio, and their job is to connect brands to listeners, whether they're tuning in on the radio, streaming online, or listening to their favorite podcast.
And that brings us right back to the original mystery. Why the 213 videos for only 162 subscribers? Because those videos aren't for the public. They're step 4 of their playbook. They partner up, connect brands, run campaigns, and then they create a video to showcase the results to the next potential client. That YouTube channel isn't a channel, it's a sales tool. It's their digital resume.
So what this all proves is that every company leaves a digital trail. Every quiet YouTube channel, every forgotten blog, they're all full of clues telling a story about who a company is and where it's going. So the next time you're browsing, take a closer look. What stories are you finding?